Hey, it's Jen Vax with YourColorStyle.com, and in this video I want to talk about gray hair and whether or not it is cool or warm. Now, you may not have thought about this before, but if you have gray hair or you're growing your gray hair out, you might be struggling with your undertones, because gray hair comes across cool, and if you are someone that thinks they have warm undertones, you might be really confused now as to whether or not your tones change, your colors change. Are you now cool or wearing more cool colors because you're growing in this cool gray hair? So I'd like to challenge that idea a bit, because yes, it's true, gray hair and the color gray definitely comes across cool. But gray, just like any other color, can be warm, neutral, or cool. And this short video may give you a clue as to your undertones. Now, I will also say this before I show the next couple of slides. If you know you have warm undertones and you've gone gray, you still have warm undertones. Your undertones don't change. But if you are new to color analysis and you're still trying to figure out what your color type is, and you're trying to figure out whether you're warm or cool, and you have gray hair or a blend of gray hair, then this might help. It might give you a clue. Let's go into color theory very quickly. In art, when you mix magenta, cyan, and yellow, this is also the 4-color process, by the way, but in art, in the modern primary colors, magenta, cyan, and yellow, when you do an even mix, you get a neutral gray. It's a medium gray. Now, you could then add white to lighten it and black to darken it, but these 3 colors make gray. Now, right here in the middle is that neutral gray. And you can see that I gave you some light options and a little bit darker options. Now, if you tip the scales a tiny bit and just a little bit of cyan is in that mix, you get a cool gray. You can see just a tiny bit of blue in there in this gray. It's a cool gray. And if you add just a tiny bit more of yellow to that mix, you get a warm gray. It actually kind of looks almost a little greenish on screen, but this is a warm gray. And you can see in the 2 photos that I've chosen, the big difference between their grays. On the right is a warm gray. You can almost see this color right here being picked up in her hair. She likely has warm undertones with this warm gray. Over here, her hair has almost got that bluish tint to it, and you can see that it picks up this cool gray. She very likely has cool undertones. Now, there are a lot of grays out there that are very neutral, and that really won't tell you whether you have cool or warm undertones. But sometimes you can, and so it might be a clue for you. So I hope that helps. Nothing's ever guaranteed, but I just thought that this piece of information, a lot of people don't think about gray hair still having warm tones in it. And so it's possible that your gray hair, if you have warm undertones, has a little bit of warmth to it. Do you have gray, white, silver, or gray blend hair and are struggling to figure out what colors flatter you now? Or maybe you're thinking of growing your gray hair out and wondering how your colors might change. Having gray hair can be confusing, especially when you might have a combination of warm eyes or skin and cool hair. Sign up for my free webinar that is designed to help you discover your most flattering colors if you have gray, white, or silver hair, a gray blend or mix of hair, or if you are growing out your gray hair. Visit YourColorStyle.com/gray webinar. That's YourColorStyle.com/gray webinar. The webinar is absolutely free, and it is just full of information to help you learn what colors may flatter you now.